So everybody, I'm doing a video today. I have a request to put a picture on the football. This is the one I found. I found it at Five Below for $5. What I'm going to do now is try to sand it down or something so you won't see all the stuff. But it might not be a problem. But I'm going to see what I can do for us taking that off. Y'all, how I got the shape for the football. So I went to image and I type in football. And I found a bunch of footballs that showed up. So just pick one of the footballs. I like this shape right here, so I'm going to upload this shape. So what we're going to do is turn it around sideways. And so y'all know we can't slice with this football looking like this. So we're going to click on it and go to contour. And we're going to take away the things we don't want in this football by using contour. So we're going to go back. There's one more piece missing. All right, there you go. So we're going to take away all these things. So now we just have a black football. So we're going to turn it into a pen. So now we have a clear football. Clear. So I'm going to find my picture that I want to use. So I'm just going to pick this one because this one I used during when the Super Bowl was out. Everybody liked this picture. So I'm going to move that to the back so I can see this shape right here. Let me turn this shape into another color so I can see it. Maybe like a sage. You can see a sage. Yes, you can see that. So I'm going to make the football bigger. So we can try to squeeze everything into this here. So we're going to unlock this because we're going to make it shorter. So you can make it small as you want. And then we're going to stretch it out and make it wide. So you see we got everybody in there. And then we're just going to box the whole thing. And we're going to slice it. So now we got, we can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. And then we have our football. Let's turn it sideways. The football might be a little wide. We're going to unlock this football. Now, we're going to put it here. We're going to drag it out. We're going to make it bigger. So you basically want it corner to corner. And use your judgment of how far you think it might be. Measure it. And with this computer, I do screenshot by using Shift Command and number 4. And then I screenshot my football. Then I take my football picture, click on it, and then we go to File and Print. And the paper, you know, the dark transfer paper, we use that, and that goes on to the regular empty, printing the picture on it, and then you just print it out. And when you print it out, paper in there. So here's my picture that I cut out, and it looks nice on the regular cardstock paper, but I'm going to cut this out. And if this thing look, and try to leave some, I'll just leave the little ends on there like that when I cut it out. Now if this look good on this paper, when I print it out on that heat transfer paper, it's going to be nice. And I will actually make my first football picture. Our first football would be nice. I think my picture's cut off a little bit, but that's okay. All right. So let's check it out. We go from tip to tip. It's overlapping because you want it to overlap this thing. So that'll go down there and overlap on this side. You can adjust it. It's going to overlap on this side. And then when I finish, we're going to cut it along there. So now I can go and put this inside and use the DTF. I mean, not the DTF, the heat transfer paper for dark color. So my picture is printed all out on the dark heat transfer paper. I'm going to cut it out. And then we'll see what happens. So this is the hard part is getting it off the film. So now that it's off the film, good lordy, took some time. So here's the film. That's the picture where it's gonna look like. So we're using a heat gun. I got my heat gun. That's what I'm gonna be using. And we're gonna put this on the football. First time trying though. I said, let's see. I love learning something new. Y'all ready? To put this on this football. Let's do it. We're going to put it here. Let's start on this one. Let's put it here. And you see it's going to fit because it's wide enough. And it's actually lapping over this side. And it's lapping over because we got strings here. Some footballs don't come with the string. Some footballs do. So I'm going to use the tape to hold it down. Just small pieces. So it won't, get too many bubbles, I heard. Just get rid of the bubbles that way. So we're just going to pull it down like that. And we're mainly going to focus on the other side. Because this side, when you have the lines, when you have the string, that's going to take a little more work. So the material can be stretched. So we're going to take our time and do this because I've been wanting to do this since last year. It took somebody to ask me for me to actually go and do it, huh? Thanks. Like I said, sometimes as crafters, we need encouragement too. So I got that all stretched out. Let's see. Let's start here. Working our way. Pushing out all them creases out. You want to put the creases out as much as possible. And you want to heat it enough until you start seeing the bubbles from from the football. The ridges from the football will come through. So just take your finger and just push it to make sure. I mean, you're gonna get some creases. The whole thing is about being patient. So let's stretch it down. See, stretch it down. Add a teeny bit of tape on the end. Just on the end because the ridge is right here. So we're not worrying about that tape. So we're going to heat it up. Yes, heat it up. The more heat you put on there, the darker the football becomes. So, you see how it's looking so far? It's on there. Oh my gosh. I'm actually making the football. So, take that tape loose right there. And we're going to stretch it down. Because we're not really worrying too much about that part up here. We're going to fix that later. So we're just going to get a round the string. Let's focus on this side first. Let's do the good side first. So I'm gonna use the heat gun. Push and smash at the same time. Make sure no bubbles. It's a little hot, y'all, so don't go burning yourself. The rigid is here, so the more we add heat, the darker the picture gets. And that means the seal is really good. So the seal is looking real good. So let me go ahead and finish some more of this football. And this material is a little stretchy, so you can stretch it to try to get these creases out. I mean, it ain't gonna be 100% without the creases. Just got a crease in it. It's already had a crease in it, but like I said, this is my first time doing it. So, you know, the first one is always going to be challenging, and then the second one will be perfect. So as you see, I'm making it darker. It's getting darker. The picture's getting darker and start popping out. So I'm going to finish this football. So here's how it's looking so far. I have to heat it. I have to heat it until it all turns dark green. So you're going to heat this as much as you can until everything turns dark green and you can see all the ridges in it from... This thing takes a lot of heat. So just take your time and go over this part. And then I'm going to do this and then we're going to come back and do some trimming. So we got some trimming to do after that. But what y'all think so far? Look at that. Yeah. So the football is almost done. I bought me some razors off Amazon. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with this end and find the seam. Oh. All right, well, look like I'm going to have to start off because I done cut the hole in the ball. Only me. This razor too sharp. So the thing is, find something that don't apply too much pressure because I done bust a hole in the ball. Good thing it only costs $5. But it only costs $5, but at least y'all know where I was going with it. I'm going to do it again. So you can see it's easy to peel off. But you just have to find the seam and don't bust it like I did. Bust the seam. I bust the seam. Because I was pushing too hard and you really don't need to. So, like I said, because I busted football by cutting it too much with the razor blade, this is no longer any good. But, as you see, the picture is on there, it's sealed. I'm going to put some thickening on it. Did they say thickening? I'm not sure what they said. I think it was thickening Or you can either use a thin layer original here too if you like just a nice thin layer because you don't want to mess it up. And basically that's how you put your picture on your football. So hopefully I hope this video helped. And I'm going to do this football over. And that'll be part of it. My ending part. But I tried it. Bye. So for the most part, this football is pretty much what I'm going to do to it. I'm going to add some thickening or some resin on top of it and give it a glossy look. I did pretty good for my first time. Next time I'll have to try a little better with the edges by making them wider and stick them under there. But if you can find a football without this part, then it'll be easier because it's easy just to put this on. It's just a little harder when you gotta go around this thing here. But that's my first football. I did pretty good. Hope y'all like this video. My group is crafting together as one. Come and hang out with us. Please subscribe to your channel before getting into my group. Because you're going to be in my Facebook channel, you might as well be a subscriber. Thank you. Bye.